MacDonald's actions in the 3 distressing incidents which took place in August 2022 in Skye and Wester Ross were brutal and disturbing. He displayed an incomprehensible level of violence, and his crimes had a lasting and devastating impact on generations of the families involved, and indeed entire communities. Our thoughts and sympathies remain with the victims and their loved ones at what is a difficult time for them as they continue to grieve and recover. I hope today's verdict brings some comfort to those affected. I would like to end by making particular mention of the outstanding bravery displayed by the 2 officers who apprehended MacDonald. They acted under instruction to follow his vehicle and then put themselves at extreme risk by pursuing him into a house while shots were being fired. Their actions, which selflessly put public safety ahead of their own, brought this incident to an end without further loss of life. Thank you.
Do you think the force didn't act quick enough?
Today has concluded the long and anguishing wait for justice for our brother John and the surviving victims of the horrific events of the 10th of August 2022. It's been a long, dark and heartbreaking road to get here. On behalf of John McKinnon's surviving sisters, Anne and Christine, I would like to make the following statement following the trial of Finlay MacDonald. It should never be forgotten that John was defenceless at the time of his murder, when he was inhumanely shot 3 times in his own home while making breakfast for his children. Murdered by Finlay MacDonald, a callous coward whose actions have traumatised all those involved. There is no place in society for such a dangerous individual. To hear the lies spoken about John in court was devastating. Anyone who knew him would recognise these as a complete fabrication. These lies were presented as a truth in the defence's evidence and unchallenged in court. Only one side was presented regarding the incident in 2013, as John was not in court to defend himself. For the record, John despised bullies and found bullying abhorrent. Our brother John McKinnon was a great man. He was a friend to all, a loyal husband, exceptional father and uncle, and the best brother we could have been blessed with. His funeral in Skye, attended by over 600 people, a testament to his standing in the community and further afield. We would like to extend grateful thanks to the prosecution team, and especially the jury, in securing justice for John and the surviving victims of that day. We also acknowledge the incredible bravery of the arresting police officers. They should be commended for their selfless actions in severe adversity. Their disregard for their own personal safety ensured no one else was hurt or killed. We have huge admiration for and would like to pay tribute to Rowena MacDonald, John Don Mackenzie, his wife Faye, the police officers and expert witnesses who appeared in court and on live feeds to give their evidence. We have witnessed the rigorous cross-examination by defence, which must have been incredibly difficult for them, given what they had already suffered and experienced. We have no words that can truly express the extent of our gratitude to all family and friends that have been with us throughout these horrendous times. Their kindness and never-failing support will never be forgotten. We also extend our thanks to the wider Skye and Lochalsh community and Victim Support Scotland. The loss of John is immeasurable. The only thing that has kept us going was the hope that justice would prevail with a verdict of murder. Anything less would not have recognised the impact of the loss of our brother's life at the hands of Finlay MacDonald. To take the life of another human being is the most heinous act and crime any individual can commit against another. Life is precious. For John to have his life taken from him in this manner is beyond comprehension, and nothing can mitigate what happened that day. How can one individual cause such utter devastation, heartache and misery to so many people? Lastly, we must mention the other victims in this horrific situation. There are 10 children that have now lost their dads. Finlay MacDonald's own children are now without a father as a result of his selfish and evil actions. John's 6 children have been left without his love, support, guidance, security and humour. John would be so very proud and full of admiration of his children, who have coped so courageously in such awful adversity, with the elder children bravely attending court. John leaves an incredible legacy in his children. All those who knew him will never forget the special man he was. He will forever live in our hearts and memories. Thank you.
There are legitimate questions about why this man had a firearm.